Hello everyone, I am Raundler and you're watching Chelsea vs Manchester City FA Cup Final. This is a PES 21 simulation fully recorded and edited for your entertainment. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not just football, this is history in the making. Wembley Stadium stands tall, the lights blazing, thousand roaring and one dream, one trophy. Here they come step by step, heartbeat by heartbeat. You can feel the tension in the air. Chelsea walking out eye focused, fire in their souls. They know tonight is redemption, tonight is glory. And look at Manchester City come composed deadly, a team that doesn't just play football, they control it. The referee checks his watch, the captain exchanges a look, respect but no mercy. And here we go. The FA Cup final is underway. Chelsea versus Manchester City. Dream versus dominance. Heart versus perfection. 90 minutes, maybe more, to decide who writes their name in glory.
Described as so good and fundamental to
From one side, the pride of London, the Blue Warriors, Chelsea Football Club, and from the other, the machine of Manchester, the champions of precision, Manchester City. They have fought through storms, they have conquered giants, and tonight only one will rise.
Rodri. Glory. Fernandes. Caicedo. Fofana. Fernandes. Pedro Neto. Cucurella. Pedro Neto. Fernandes. Fernandes has been caught there, it's a foul. Bernardo Silva. Pedro Neto. And it's Cucurella. Cucurella. Pedro Neto. And it's played in. Defending of the desperate variety. It's a mighty effort! Picked with his head but couldn't steer it in. Rodri. Bernardo Silva. Savinho. Bernardo Silva. Foden. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Fernandes. Fofana, head over towards the opposite flank. Throw it. Savinho. Stones. And it's played forward. That has been cut short. Fernandes. Chalobah. Colwell. Palmer. James. Haaland. Muscular approach does pay off here. Fernandes. James. Colwell. Looks to the other side. Pedro Neto. Now he's off and running. Rodri. And here's Haaland. Out to the left it goes. Savinho. And it's Bernardo Silva. Plenty waiting in the middle. And the shot! And the ball's come loose here. Pedro Neto. James. Fernandes. Fernandes forwards and with intent. Cucurella. And here's Neto. Pedro Neto looking to get on the end of this. Savinho. Bernardo Silva. Savinho. Rodri. And here's Foden. Searching passes played there. Nice and easy for the goalkeeper. Palmer. James. Lewis gets across to intercept that. Ruben Dias. Foden. Nouri. Fofana. Fernandes. Pedro Neto. Chalobah. Caicedo. Over to the left. Pedro Neto. Oh, sweet feet. A chance to play it in. That's tidy. Fernandes. Caicedo. Caicedo played out towards the right wing. Oh, that's nice. He's cut it out. Ruben Dias. Rodri. Foden. Rodri. And here's Haaland. Haaland! Deftly away.
Haaland really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Pedro Neto. And he's on a charge. Out for a throw. Shot a goal! Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
João Pedro certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
Rodri. Bernardo Silva. Savinho. Pedro Neto. Oh, good spread. Oh, nice touch. And it's James. Across it goes. Bernardo Silva. Moved on forwards. Savinho. Out towards the flank. Chalobah. Cucurella. Pedro Neto. Fofana. Fofana chooses to go cross-field. Caicedo. James. Palmer. James. Caicedo. Cucurella. And it's Cucurella. Oh, he's found support out wide. Fernandes. He's got options in the box if he gets his head up. Cross deflected behind for a corner. James goes short. And that's aimed into the middle. And that's been repelled. Savinho. He's through, now is he in? Great defending, strong and determined.
Really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
James. Palmer. James. Fernandez. João Pedro. Ball's played through. That looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. Gets good distance on it. And it's Palmer. That's surely a foul. Free kick.
Position was good, and that helped the keeper to judge the flight of the ball and deal with it well.
Lewis. Nice control. Rodri. Good take, and it's... Oh, shooting chance! Palmer. James, and he goes cross-field. Fofana. Cucurella. Pedro Neto. Fernandez. João Pedro. Vicious ball here. Oh, he's just misjudged that one. Stones. Bernardo Silva. Savinho. Rodri. Foden. Bernardo Silva. Rodri. Aimed in towards the centre. Time to deliver. Bernardo Silva. Cucurella did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Colwill. Caicedo. James. Palmer. Colwill. And played cross-field, changing the point of attack. Ruben Diaz cuts it out. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows that.
Foden. Bernardo Silva. Lewis. Bernardo Silva. Nouri. Played towards the other side. Played back in. Rodri. Ruben Diaz. Bernardo Silva. Rodri. Out to the right. Tries to get it clear. And reclaimed it in a trice. He is just caressing the ball. Foden plays it in. Bernardo Silva with the short one. Foden. Succumbs to the pressure.
Really looking to do something that's simple here, Peter, but it has to be effective.
How exactly can they do that?
Well, they're tucking their fullbacks into midfield to enable their more talented personnel to push forward.
Oh, such a clever touch. Played out to the right. And it's Fernandes. He's going to be disappointed with that. And he's there to get it away. Fernandes. Haaland. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Caicedo. Rodri. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So,
Oh, smashing header! He will be livid with himself.
incredible. He had all the time in the world to pick his spot as well.
Colwill looks to the other side. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Foden. He can get that clear. Guardiola have it back and can go again. Palmer. Savinho. Bernardo Silva. Rodri. Ignoring. And here's Savinho. There are a few waiting for it. That's good play. Savinho's cross. Looking for a decent ball in. Palmer. Fernandes. Fofana. Pedro Neto. Decent progress down the left. He has found the way through. Pedro Neto proves just a little bit too strong. Can he deliver? Turns and goes back. It's anyone's ball now. That's really well manoeuvred. Foden. And it's Bernardo Silva. Rodri. Bernardo Silva. Fernandes. Foden wins the duel this time. Ignoring. Bernardo Silva. Aim forwards. Crossed into the middle. And can he finish it? It's off target and by quite a way.
Oh, what a chance. He probably had more time than he realised.
Shifted upfield. Fofana. Pedro Neto. Fofana. Oh, can he get onto this? What a throw in. Rodri. Foden. Bernardo Silva. Glory. And here's Savinho. Played with finesse. Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Cucurella. Fernandes. James. Palmer. James. Fernandes. Fernandes laid out to the left flank. Pedro Neto. That'll be a throw. Bernardo Silva. Savinho. Rodri. Lovely feet. And here's Savinho. Pedro Neto. Chalobah. Palmer. Palmer making good progress on the right-hand side. Maybe goalless, but it is not without interest.
I actually think both teams are playing okay here. We've had some good attempts, although they've mounted to nothing so far.
Lewis. Now it's Pedro. Pedro Neto in acres of space out wide. Fernandes. Oh, the ball's come loose here. Pedro Neto delivered across. Punched away. Fofana head over towards the opposite flank. Caicedo, now it's got space here. James, now here's the delivery.
It was hopeful, to say the least. You need more men inside the box, more movement, otherwise it's pretty much a waste.
James. Pedro Neto. Cucurella. Fernandes. That is a little undercooked. Foden, gently done. Rodri. Pedro Neto. Palmer. Fernandes. Fernandes is fouled. Played forward. Solid defending, refused to be out-muscled. Cucurella. Palmer. Fernandez. Savinho. Bernardo Silva. Foden. And it's Lewis. Rodri. Bernardo Silva tries a deft little ball. Colwell attempts a clearance. Savinho. Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. Fofana chooses to go cross-field. Bernardo Silva. Foden. Lewis. Bernardo Silva. And the shot! Yeah, he's fouled him there. Foden goes for a shot! A real chance and a real let-off.
Well, I think the defence deserves credit for the way they were quick to close him down.
Fofana shifted upfield. Palmer. James. Palmer. Colwell. Played cross-field, changing the point of attack. Bernardo Silva. Savinho. Forwards and Haaland! Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get the reward if they can stick at this.
Up he goes! No, he didn't quite meet it right. Moved on forwards. Pedro Neto is onto it in a flash. Pedro Neto. And here's Neto. Great work on the overlap. So who's he picking out? Fernandez. Pedro Neto. Hangs one in. Cleared away. Great chance! Split-second reaction.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Nouri. Savinho. And he goes cross-field. And they've got a throw. Fernandez. Pedro Neto. João Pedro. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Savinho. Showing good feet. Looking for a decent ball in. And it's played in here. Palmer. James. Haaland. Rodri. Lewis. Rodri. Bernardo Silva. And here's Haaland. Can he find the finish? Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Look, we've all been there. Nothing will make him feel much better at the moment.
Caicedo. João Pedro. Fofana. Played over towards the opposite flank. And here's Palmer. And it's James. Hit into the middle. Guardiola gets it clear. It's Palmer. Point blank header! Didn't quite get enough on that.
Oh, this was all about good movement in the box, just to allow him to get to it.
Lewis. Foden. Oh, that's neat. Bernardo Silva. And Bernardo Silva! Cucurella. Pedro Neto. Nori. Rodri. Nori. Savinho. Bernardo Silva. Out to the right. And here's Haaland! Fofana. Cucurella. James. It's all a little short of forward momentum, lacking thrust. And it's Cucurella. Fernandez. That's very neat. Caresses it through. Stones is there, and he can get that clear. And he's there to clear it. Foden. João Pedro. Oh, that's well done, really robust.
João Pedro really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Savinho looks to the other side. Foden. Rodri. Now it's Haaland. Takes a shot! Cucurella. Pedro Neto. Cucurella. Fernandez. Foden. Rodri. Savinho. Bernardo Silva. Savinho. Nouri. Bernardo Silva. That's the throw. Can he finish? And he's done it!
Yeah, the touch before the finish is so often the critical part, and we've just seen an example.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
The message is clear, none shall pass. Bernardo Silva, and here's Haaland. Haaland! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Well, let's just consider that one a rangefinder, Peter. It certainly wasn't troubling the goalkeeper.
That's really well manoeuvred. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Danger averted for now. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Rodri. And it's Bernardo Silva. The less said about that pass, the better. Fofana, aim forwards. Bernardo Silva. Nouri. Savinho. Great defending, strong and determined. Chalobah. Pedro Neto. Cucurella. Fofana. And played cross-field, changing the point of attack. Palmer providing an outlet on that flank. And that was very necessary. That could spell trouble. Looking to break at pace. That is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Pedro Neto, now he's off and running. Fernandez. And it's James. Caicedo. Fernandez. Now it's João Pedro. Pedro Neto. Fernandez. Savinho. Ignori. Palmer does really well to win the ball there. James. Fernandez spread out to the left. Fofana. Played towards the other side. Not the most accurate pass. Savinho chooses to go cross-field. Bernardo Silva. Foden. Foden shifted upfield. And he's heaved it away. Lewis. Bernardo Silva. Cucurella, gently done. Palmer. Chalobah. Pedro Neto. Cucurella. Pedro Neto. And it's Cucurella. Just coming up to the 30-minute mark. Fernandez. Back into the middle. And here's Neto. Played into the middle. Stones tries to clear. Lovely bit of skill. Caicedo's cross. Donnarumma claims it. Safe hands. Fernandez. Pedro Neto. Cucurella. Fernandez. Pedro Neto. Fernandez. Palmer. And he shoots! Cucurella going full steam ahead down the left flank. Oh, it's come loose. Fernandez played out to the left flank. Very nicely done. He's got options in the box if he gets his head up. Cucurella. Oh, it's played into the area. That's going to go a long way. Fernandez. Over to the left. That is lovely. Cucurella, back when it goes. And it's Caicedo. Savinho. Ignori. Rodri. Moved on forwards. It's a good run down the right. Cross goes in there. Defending of the desperate variety. Fernandez. Colwill. Fofana. Played over towards the opposite flank. Caicedo. Palmer. Thinks one through. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. That has been knocked clear. Fernandez. Palmer. Lewis. Foden. Lewis. Foden. And it's Lewis. Ah, such a clever touch. Rodri. Pedro Neto. Caicedo. James, and he goes cross-field. Pedro Neto. Fernandez. James. Palmer. James. Caicedo. Palmer. That's tidy. Can he deliver? Shapes to shoot! He scores! They have pulled themselves right back into it.
A truly wonderful strike, decorated with dip and curl.
Oh, what a hit, Peter. And there was nothing lucky about it, let me tell you. It was measured, it was simply inch perfect.
That has certainly made things interesting. Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now.
Pedro Neto wins the duel this time. Cucurella. Pedro Neto. Cucurella. Pedro Neto. He's making a real surge on the left. Very nicely done. A chance to play it in. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Nouri. Bernardo Silva. Foden. Rodri. Bernardo Silva. Rodri. Bernardo Silva. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Fofana. Pedro Neto. Colwell. That's really well manoeuvred. Oh, easy pickings there. Now who's going to be first to this? Crossing. Header! Oh, couldn't quite control it.
He simply mistimed the header, and it was as if he knew it wasn't going to work out.
Rodri. And it's played forward. Vardiol. Looks to the other side. Lewis. Rodri. Foden. Lewis. Foden. João Pedro. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Bernardo Silva. Savinho. Rodri. Bernardo Silva. Savinho. Savinho's cross. Cucurella. Colwill. Palmer. And it's James. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Colwill forwards and with intent. And here's Palmer. Lovely bit of skill. Plenty waiting in the middle. Palmer, no way through, so back it comes. James crossing. Oh, what a climb! They scored! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. A great delivery and a finish to match.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and read it perfectly.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Oh, that's nice. Lewis. And here's Foden. Rodri. Showing good feet. Rodri. And it's Bernardo Silva. He is just caressing the ball. Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva played out towards the right wing. Rodri. Lewis. Oh, nice touch. Oh, what a pass! Out to the left it goes. Well read, nice interception. Vardiol. Played towards the other side. Foden. Lewis. Coming up to half-time, leading, and things are looking pretty good. And here's Hot chance, surely! Same again, same outcome. And he's there to clear it. And it's Lewis. Rodri. Foden. And nicely intercepted. And it's played forward. Clipped into space. Now it's Palmer. Now it's Pedro. Fernandez. Pedro Neto. That's very neat. Palmer. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. And it's kept out by a stubborn defence. That's good play. And here's Palmer. Fernandez. Cucurella. Fernandez. Pedro Neto. Fernandez. Palmer. Applies the finish! And for sure, that was not one of his best.
That was really good pressure. They did enough to put him off in the end.
Moved on forwards. Vardiol. And that's really well manoeuvred. And played cross-field, changing the point of attack. Foden carries the ball down the right. Cucurella wins the duel this time. Well, he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. Colwell getting this one clear. And here's Savinho. And it's Bernardo. And Bernardo Silva! And that's off target.
Bernardo Silva probably should have taken a breath and looked for runners. It helps to put your head up from time to time, Peter.
Cucurella. Pedro Neto. Fofana. Pedro Neto. Cucurella. Pedro Neto. That has found him in acres of space. And that's too far for anyone. Rodri. Lewis. Foden. Bernardo Silva. Rodri. And here's Haaland. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. Caicedo did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And it's James. Palmer. Caicedo. James. Palmer. Now it's Palmer. Palmer gets a cross in. Takes a shot. Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Savinho. Looks to the other side. Oh, sweet feet. Time to deliver. Turns and goes back. Oh, well cut out. No margin for error there at all. Cucurella producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Fofana, aim forwards. Bernardo Silva. Savinho. And here's Savinho. Bernardo Silva. Goes for the shot!
What a cracking save from the keeper. That may turn out to be a pivotal moment.
Fernandez. Bernardo Silva. And here's Haaland. Great defending, strong and determined. Chalobah did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Stones. Foden. Oh, that's neat. Caicedo. James. Colwill. Palmer. James. And it goes crossfield. Pedro Neto. And it's Cucurella. Lewis does really well to win the ball there. Foden. Savinho. Rodri. And here's Haaland. Haaland! Oh, another save. Pedro Neto. It's an inviting looking ball, that. João Pedro. Over to the left. Steered out wide, but he won't reach that one. Lewis. And it's Rodri. Fernandez. Chalobah. Caicedo. Ruben Dias. Rodri, gently done. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Caicedo. Great defending, strong and determined. Nouri. Played towards the other side. Foden. Lewis. Played in by Foot. Climbs up big! That needed to be better, and he knows it.
Haaland made such good movement to get in position there. We were all expecting much more.
Played cross-field, changing the point of attack. Lewis. Cucurella. Pedro Neto. Cucurella. Oh, that's a clever-looking ball. Lewis can get it clear. James plays it short. Fernandez, now here's the delivery. Rodri shifted upfield. Savinho. Haaland. Haaland played out to the left flank. Bernardo Silva. Spread out to the left. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. James gets it away. Nice physical challenge. Ruben Dias. Nouri. Savinho. Nouri. Now it's Savinho. And it's Bernardo Silva. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Pedro Neto looking for options. Fernandez. Pedro Neto. Hit into the middle. Donnarumma deals with that nice and simple. Fernandez. Fourth official showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time. Proves too strong. Foden. Bernardo Silva. Lewis. Savinho. Bernardo Silva. Nicely shaped cross. Chalobah getting this one clear. Foden. And it's played into the mid. It's a mighty effort! Harmlessly behind. Colwell chooses to go cross-field. And it's Cucurella. Now then, the ball's come loose. And here's Neto. Ball swung in. Donnarumma claims it without any fuss. Moved on forwards. Haaland knocks it out wide. And here's Savinho. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. There are a few waiting for it. Nice control. Chooses to go back. And here's Savinho. Savinho. Savinho's cross. Cucurella. Palmer looking understandably energised after his goal. James. Palmer. Caicedo. Fernandes. He is offering some sort of an apology there.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Fernandes. Cucurella. Fofana. Nouri. Rodri. Foden. Foden going full steam down the flank. And he's there to clear it.
Well, that might be the first time they've gone long, Peter. They've clearly been told to try something different.
Now it's Palmer. James, done delicately. And it's Fernandes. In by James. That is a brilliant interception. Foden, Haaland. Chalobah wins the duel this time. Cucurella. Colwill. Palmer. Fernandes. Cucurella. Pedro Neto. Fernandes. And it's Caicedo. Real chance! Foden. Bernardo Silva. Foden. Lewis. Bernardo Silva. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Pedro Neto. Palmer. Colwill. Caicedo. Palmer. Colwill, aim forwards. Nouri. And he goes cross-field. Foden. Rodri. Oh, good spread. Lewis. Here comes the cross. Caicedo getting this one clear. This is an adventurous run down that left-hand side.
I think those reactions say it all. He didn't wait for the support and the chances gonna beg him.
Time to deliver. He's having a shot! Pedro Neto. It's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with.
Fernandez.
Pedro Neto succumbs to the pressure. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case.
Lewis.
And it's Bernardo Silva. Oh, this is a Haaland! It's a carbon copy of the previous miss.
Fofana. Cucurella.
Pedro Neto.
Cucurella.
Pedro Neto. Bernardo Silva. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Palmer picks it up out wide. James. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Palmer. And it's Caicedo.
Fernandez.
There's the shot! Foden.
Lewis.
Bernardo Silva.
Nouri.
He is just caressing the ball. He's got options in the box if he gets his head up.
Fernandez.
Pedro Neto.
Caicedo. Fernandez. Caicedo.
Chalobah, gently done. Now that's well seen too. Rodri. Bernardo Silva.
Vardiol.
Looks to the other side. Foden. Has a quick glance.
Nouri. Palmer. Fernandez. Cucurella.
Pedro Neto.
Fernandez. Caicedo. James. Palmer.
Caicedo.
Palmer. Fernandez. Cucurella.
Pedro Neto.
Fernandez.
Foden.
Cucurella.
Clearly not happy with that.
Nouri.
Savinho. Rodri.
Nouri.
Savinho. And it's Rodri.
Nouri.
And here's Savinho. A chance to play it in. Savinho's cross.
Palmer.
Rodri.
Lewis.
Lewis forwards and with intent. Haaland tries a shot! Oh, taken with style. They have done it! They have their equaliser! It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
So all square and not for the first time.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
That's a cute ball. Can he get onto this? Stones. Bernardo Silva. Nouri. Played cross-field, changing the point of attack. Fofana. Cucurella. Pedro Neto. Good spell of possession this, but very little to show for it. Pedro Neto. Fernandez. Cucurella. Nice control. Pedro Neto. Oh, that's nice. It's run loose here. Caicedo. Out to the left it goes. That has been knocked clear. Can he deliver? Ball is over the line. James crosses. Tries to get it clear. Oh, well played. He needed to get that right. Rodri. Nouri. That's really well manoeuvred. Bernardo Silva. And here's Haaland. That's tidy. Oh, good determined running there, but one back by the defence.
Oh, I was on the edge of my seat then. He just took on one too many.
Cucurella. Pedro Neto. Cucurella. Caicedo. And it's Palmer. James. Bernardo Silva. Savinho. Played towards the other side. Foden. Foden. Lewis. Bernardo Silva. Now this could be a chance. Haaland! Oh, that was no routine save.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And that is out of play. Cleared without complication. Pedro Neto. And it's Palmer. And that could set him on his way. Now it's João Pedro. Out to the right. Ruben Dias gets it away. And the shot! Ruben Dias getting this one clear.
Nouri.
And he goes cross-field. Haaland. Cucurella. Cucurella shifted upfield. And here's Neto. And it's Cucurella. Pedro Neto looking to get on the end of this. Clears it away. Oh, that's neat. Looking for a decent ball in. James opts to play it back. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Foden, aim forwards. Foden. Oh, nice touch. Rodri. Bernardo Silva.
Really just need to be careful for the next 10 minutes or so. Deal with the pressure.
Goes for goal! Tries to get it clear. Decent chance! Palmer. Palmer. Muscular approach does pay off here. Showing good feet. Plenty waiting in the middle. And it's Caicedo. Fernandes. So who's he picking out? Lewis, gently done. Foden. Caicedo. Fernandes. Pedro Neto. Cucurella. Pedro Neto. Fernandes. Caicedo. Over to the left. Lewis clears it away. And here's Neto. Pedro Neto. And it's Fernandes. Lewis. Bernardo Silva. Savinho. Ah, such a clever touch. Bernardo Silva. Savinho. Cross to the back post. Cleared away. Pedro Neto. Needs a bit of penetration to go with all this possession. Fofana looks to the other side.
And it's James.
And here's Palmer. Hangs in across. And he's there to clear it. And that's been won straight back.
Caicedo. Cucurella.
Pedro Neto. And that has been clubbed away. That's a throw.
Fernandez.
Palmer. Now it's João Pedro.
Cucurella.
James picks it up now. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Foden. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all.
Caicedo. Fernandez.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off.
Palmer. Fernandez. Cucurella. Nouri.
Played cross-field, changing the point of attack. And it's Lewis. Lovely bit of skill. So we've reached the hour mark. That's a fabulous ball. That's good play. Bernardo Silva. Rodri. And here's Haaland!
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
João Pedro. Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there.
Lewis.
Foden. And here's Haaland. Haaland! A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Rodri. Bernardo Silva. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
Well, the lethargy in their play isn't a great look, and it was very evident on that occasion.
Chalobah forwards and with intent. Bernardo Silva. Vardiol, and he goes cross-field. Foden.
Lewis.
Oh, that's well done, really robust. Pedro Neto.
Cucurella.
Moved on forwards.
Fofana. Cucurella. Fernandez. James. Colwell.
It's a throw-in. Rodri.
And it's Lewis.
Played out to the right.
Nouri. Bernardo Silva.
Rodri. Haaland, and he's gone backward here. Caicedo herring after the ball here. Bernardo Silva, and here's Savinho. Lewis, who's set up one goal so far. Nouri, and here's Savinho. Very nicely done. He's got options in the box if he gets his head up. Diving header! That was superb goalkeeping.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Colwell. Palmer. James. Palmer. Caicedo. Palmer. Caicedo.
James, played over towards the opposite flank.
Fernandes.
Fernandes, played out to the left flank. Pedro Neto.
Fernandes.
Looking for a decent ball in. Fernandes. Pedro Neto. Shoots! Well, that is rather wayward.
Well, I can understand why his thinking was that way inclined.
Played towards the other side.
Nouri. Guardiol.
And it's played forward.
Nouri.
Bernardo Silva. And here's Haaland. And it's Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva spread out to the left. Pedro Neto.
Colwell.
Pedro Neto.
Fernandes.
Fofana chooses to go cross-field.
James. Fernandes.
And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Looks to the other side. Bernardo Silva. Palmer does really well to win the ball there.
James. Palmer.
Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it.
Lewis.
Foden. Foden played over towards the opposite flank. Bernardo Silva. Here comes another cross. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Oh, they could be... He's had a shot! It's in! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! He won't get many simpler than that, but he's certainly not complaining.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Pedro Neto.
Caicedo. James. Palmer. James. And it's Palmer.
Whistle's gone, that's foul. Against the crossbar. Cross deflected over the goal line for a corner. They've played it short. Fernandez gets a cross in.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
They're coming again and again.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Pedro Neto. João Pedro. Out to the left it goes. Crosses it in here. And the keeper gets his hands on it. Bernardo Silva. Nouri. And it's Bernardo Silva. Rodri. Bernardo Silva. Caicedo does well to get it back. Palmer. Chalobah. Pedro Neto. Fofana. Rodri. Bernardo Silva. Savinho. Nouri. Bernardo Silva. Nouri. And he goes cross-field. Foden. And that's a foul. A simple decision for the referee. Cucurella. Oh, they've seen lots of the ball. Time to go for it a bit of creativity and adventure. Cucurella. Chalobah. Palmer. And it's James. James. João Pedro. Cucurella. Cucurella chooses to go cross-field. James, and that's aimed into the middle. That's really well manoeuvred. Foden. Bernardo Silva played out towards the right wing. Oh, he's got a crucial block in there. And that was very necessary. Fernandez. Chalobah. Pedro Neto. Fernandez. And it's Cucurella. That's very neat. Pedro Neto. Played into the middle. He can get that clear. And it's been taken short. Cucurella. It's gone out for a throw-in. Fernandez. Palmer. And it's Caicedo. Fernandez. Pedro Neto. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Played back in. Haaland. Foden. Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. And here's Haaland. Big chance! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Haaland really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Caicedo. And it's Cucurella. Palmer. Now it's short. And the finish! Lewis. Foden. That's a good run he's making there. Foden. Aimed in towards the centre. Sanchez claims it, and the danger passes. Fernandez. Pedro Neto. Great defending, strong and determined. Caicedo is sporting a guilty look after that.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Rodri. Rodri. Lewis. Rodri. That is lovely. Bernardo Silva. Nouri. Bernardo Silva. Lewis. And here's Foden. Oh, sweet feet. Fofana clears it away. Pedro Neto. Cucurella, aim forwards. Stones. Ruben Diaz. Ruben Diaz, forwards and with intent. Savinho. Oh, that's nice. Nouri. Bernardo Silva. Lewis. Foden plays it in. And that has been clubbed away. Played out to the right. Savinho. Nice looking ball. Pedro Neto. And it's Cucurella. Pedro Neto looking to run onto it. Tries to get it clear. Moved on forwards. And it's played forward. Pedro Neto. Caicedo. Just about up to 75 minutes. Pedro Neto. Fernandez. Cucurella. Pedro Neto. Cucurella. Pedro Neto. Now it's João Pedro. Stones forwards and with intent. Haaland. There he goes, motoring forward. Fernandez. Palmer. Well played, that has... Chance! Firmly met. And it's Caicedo. Now it's João Pedro.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Bernardo Silva. And played cross-field, changing the point of attack. Colwell. Caicedo. Pedro Neto. Fernandez. Pedro Neto. Caicedo. João Pedro. Pedro Neto. Oh, that's neat. A chance to play it in. Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto with the delivery. Guardiola clears it away. Sabinho. Nice defending, it's got the job done.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Guardiola. Lewis. Played towards the other side. Savinho. Savinho chooses to go cross-field. Foden. And it's Bernardo Silva.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Palmer. Now it's João Pedro. Fernandez, and it's lofted through. Chance for a shot! And that could come back to haunt them.
Well, that's the response the crowd were looking for, Peter, and it's applause all round us here.
Lewis. Foden. Cucurella. Noticeable change in the approach to defending here. Much more in your face.
Well, learning from your mistakes and not repeating them is never completely guaranteed, but that rear guard is more focused on him now.
That's really well manoeuvred. Rodri. Savinho. He's being urged to shoot. Haaland! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
Chalobah. Good spell of possession this, but very little to show for it. Cucurella. Played over towards the opposite flank. Caicedo. James. Caicedo looking for a runner.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Lewis. Foden. Fernandes. Out to the right. Foden. Rodri, gently done. And a chance! He should have put that one away.
Haaland really thought he'd scored to settle this contest, and he's struggling to believe being denied.
Caicedo. James. Caicedo. Over to the left.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Bernardo Silva shifted upfield. And it's Cucurella. Pedro Neto. Time to deliver. Pedro Neto with the delivery. And here's Neto. Pedro Neto. And here's Pop. Can he finish? It's off target and by quite a way.
Armour really can't believe he didn't put that away. He'd set himself up perfectly.
Rodri. Nice physical challenge.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Palmer.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Foden. Lewis. Ruben Dias. Bernardo Silva, aim forwards. That'll be a throw-in.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
James.
Now it's Palmer. Stones. Ruben Dias.
Lewis.
Bernardo Silva. Palmer does really well to win the ball there.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Now it's João Pedro. Out towards the flank. That's tidy. Palmer. Looking here to chip it through.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Rodri. Vardiol looks to the other side. Foden. Rodri. Foden. Bernardo Silva. Oh, good ball! Decent chance! Rodri. And here's Haaland. Tries a shot! Oh no, that could be a costly miss.
Just got too eager there, I think, Peter. Had half an eye on the two-goal cushion.
And it's played forward.
Caicedo.
Time is running out here.
At least they're going about it as they should, having brought this on themselves.
Palmer. James. And he goes cross-field. And it's Cucurella. Lovely bit of skill. Plenty waiting in the middle. And that's an excellent interception.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Lewis. Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva shifted upfield. That's an untidy challenge. Free kick given. And he has shown him a yellow card.
Yeah, they look as if they're intent, Peter, on stopping him outside the laws of the game, so the referee is going to have to be very alert here.
Fofana. And played cross-field, changing the point of attack. Lobbed in behind. Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Vardiol forwards and with intent. Strong running down that left flank. Haaland.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Fofana looks to the other side. Palmer is onto it in a flash.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Rodri, gently done. Foden hurtling down that right flank. There are a few waiting. Bullish header! And the header is disappointing in the end.
You really could have done with engaging those crosses much higher up the pitch there. This isn't good defending.
Caicedo. James. That's really well manoeuvred. Rodri. Pressing's intense, and it's paid off.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
James cuts out the pass. Cucurella. Pedro Neto. It's all a little short of forward momentum, lacking thrust. Colwell. Palmer. And it's James. James tries making a foray down the right. Palmer. James. Palmer. Showing good feet. James. Oh, it's played into the area. Is there any support? He might not need it. Palmer. Oh, good spread. Played out to the right. Played in deep.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Fernandez. Pedro Neto. Cucurella crosses. Gets good distance on it. They've played it short. Nice control. Can he deliver? And it's James. Now then, the ball's come loose.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Takes the shot! Oh, just wide.
Oh, he just got it ever so slightly wrong, Peter. There wasn't much in that at all.
Caicedo. James.
Well, what we're witnessing now just goes against the grain. They're not going to get back into the game like this.
And here's Palmer. Can he latch on to this? Palmer produces a cross. Oh, the clearance is short. And claimed it back swiftly. Fernandez. The referee's awarded a free kick. He's gone for the shots. He is through here. And that's left him on the seat of his pants. Cucurella, back when it goes. Now it's Pedro Neto, looking to go deep.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Pedro Neto.
Fernandez.
Cucurella. Pedro Neto. Moved on forwards. Rodri.
Lewis.
Foden. Bernardo Silva.
Lewis.
Rodri.
Lewis.
Rodri. Now it's Foden. Oh, such a clever touch. Nice interception, well timed.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Savinho. Savinho. Nouri. And here's Savinho. And he decides to cross it.
Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here.
Fernandez.
Pedro Neto. Fofana. Fofana has played it long.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Some good work on the right flank here.
Palmer.
Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward, and it's played into the middle. Defending of the desperate variety. And it's Palmer. Cross goes in there.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Guardiola. And he goes cross-field. Foden. It's a great gallop down the right-hand side. That's good play. Foden, now here's the delivery. Savinho takes a shot! And here's Savinho.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Caicedo.
Colwell. Pedro Neto. Now he's off and running. Ruben Dias.
Guardiola.
Rodri. Bernardo Silva. Now it's Savinho. Nouri. Bernardo Silva. Rodri.
Lewis.
Foden. That's very neat. And here's Haaland. Haaland! Sticks it away! And surely that does it! Perfect time, decisive strike.
Well, Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
Clinical. just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
Well, talk about being on top of your game. Everything seems to be coming off for him.
Two up and very little time left. Surely this is it.
Well, I think if they're going to have any hope from here, they'll need to see the more experienced lads step up to the plate now.
Palmer.
It's a promising run he's making on the right. Cross into the box. Too much on that, it's gone out. Bernardo Silva. Foden.
Guardiola.
Bernardo Silva. That's really well manoeuvred. And it's Rodri. Pedro Neto. Joao Pedro.
Palmer.
James. James making good progress on the right-hand side. Foden. Nouri. Played towards the other side. Foden. Rodri.
Lewis.
Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva played out to the left flank. Spread out to the left. Nouri. And it's Bernardo Silva. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. Referee has gone straight to his pocket. Yes, a second yellow, and he's off. Players protesting furiously, but there's little or no sympathy from the ref. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men. And it's played forward.
Palmer.
Rodri. And here's Haaland. Nouri. Oh, that is asking for trouble. Bernardo Silva. Rodri.
Lewis.
And here's Foden. Played in by Foden. Cucurella. Lewis gets over and intercepts. And here's Haaland. Savinho. He's on it. Can he get away?
Fernandez.
Cucurella. Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. And here's Neto. Pedro Neto with the delivery. Could have here their final chance. James plays it short. He is just caressing the ball. And that's aimed into the middle. Bernardo Silva attempts a clearance. Savinho proves too strong. Savinho has got himself a free kick. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture.
Yeah, we guessed that this scenario could take place because he's up against pace.
Stones. Bernardo Silva. And here's Haaland. Pedro Neto. Cucurella. Fernandes. Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto. Foden. Haaland. Savinho. Now who's going to be first to this? Fofana. Fernandes. Pedro Neto. That's a good run down the left. Pedro Neto with the delivery. Rodri. Foden. Foden. Rodri. Savinho. Rodri. Bernardo Silva. Savinho, and he's gone backward here. Bernardo Silva. Out to the left it goes. Deflected behind for a corner kick. Bernardo Silva goes short. João Pedro. Muscular approach does pay off here. Rodri. And here's Haaland. And it's Lewis. Now it's Foden. Very nicely done. Rodri. And here's Haaland. Palmer with a fine tackle. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end, momentum shifting this way and that. The kind of match, as neutrals, we all love to come and see. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Well, the game plan for me just looked a little confused, and the crowd seemed to pick up on this.
Thanks for watching this video. If you like this type of football matches, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe the channel. This is Raundler signing off for now. See you in the next video.